So from today onwards, we're going to start second year classes. The first chapter, what we're going to study is electric charges and fields. The chapter is what now? Electric charges and fields. So this is the first chapter we are going to study. Okay, from today onwards. So what actually mean by here? So from where did you get this one? It actually we got from where, no? You know, that is which is one of the branch of electrostatics in physics. Electrostatics. It comes under what, no? Electrostatic. Sir, what exactly electrostatic means? Electrostatic is containing a two word. Look at the first word, electro, nothing but what you know, charge, related to charge. And static means what, you know, stationary. Stationary. Electrostatic means study of charges which are stationary. So these two will give us electrostatics. I can say now study of charges which are stationary. So that we are going to study today. Okay. So now before going to that, I need to give an idea about this word charge. From where did you get this one? What way we got all those things. And now to give an idea for you, so I'm going to go back to the first year syllabus. That is the concept of Newton's law of gravitation. So how many of you remember Newton's law of gravitation? Newton's law of gravitation. Can anybody tell the formula for Newton's law of gravitation? What is meant by Newton's law of gravitation? What is the statement formula? So listen now. There are two bodies of mass capital M. Let us take one more body of mass small m, and these two are separated by distance, let's say r. Then, as per Newton's law of gravitation, in the gravitation chapter, what we studied, the force of attraction between these two is given by what formula? F equal to capital G, capital M, small m by distance square. Okay, so the thing is why I'm taking here, the reason is, if you look at this Newton's law of gravitation, the gravitation law says here that any body in the universe having a mass must attract each other. Yes or no? They must attract each other irrespective of their nature. If they're having a mass, they must attract each other. So if I'm having a mass, I need to attract with some other body. And in the, like last year, I given that why we are not feeling that force, because our mass is very small as compared to what now? As compared to the masses of the earth and sun. That's the reason they are feeling that. So now, as per this, they need to attract each other. Okay. Now I'll do small experimentation now. So we know everything in the universe is made up of atoms, right? That is atoms, what we call building blocks. Yes or no? Atom. So now I want to ask you the question: atom is made of what? Atom is made of what, students? A nucleus and the orbit containing electrons. Do you agree with this? Atom is made up of what now? An nucleus and an electrons which are revolving around the nucleus. Now look at the nucleus. Nucleus must contain what now? It is containing a neutrons and protons inside. So this is electrically neutral. This is electrically neutral. I'll say later I'll tell you why it is electrically neutral. Now the thing is, here I'll take a proton and I'll take one more proton. I'll take here one proton and I'll take one more proton. Let's say proton P here and proton P, and these two are separated by same distance, let's say r. And of course they're having a mass, right? What is the mass of proton? Mass of proton is 1.6 into 10 power minus 27 kg. If you're taken up to one decimal place. What is the mass of electron? Mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. And the mass of neutron also, if I'll take for one decimal place, it will be 1.6 into 10 power minus 27 kg. Okay, So now, as per Newton's law of gravitation, what need to happen? They need to attract each other. Like I can write the equation F equal to G into mass of proton into mass of proton divided by distance between them. But here what happened? If I do an experiment in a lab, what I see, instead of attracting these two protons, they are repelling each other now. So they are repelling each other. So now I need to think over that. So if there is only mass is exist, of course mass is only positive type of quantity, then they must attract each other. But here what is happening in experiment? They are repelling, means there is an additional property. Okay, additional property. Okay, let me continue doing experiment. Instead of taking two proton, let us take one proton, one electron, again kept at same distance r. Now I see, here I saw what now? Repulsion. Here I saw what now? Now I see attraction. Attraction between these two now. That attraction is greater than the gravitational force between them. Okay, this attraction, what is there? No, that is greater than gravitational force. Sir, what if I do now? Continue experiment taking both electrons. Again kept at what now? Same distance. Now they again repel each other. The again repulsion will be there. So from these observations, I can get to know that there is one thing I get to know, that there is an additional property. Additional property. Yes or no? That will possessed by this body. So what is that property? That property is what we call charge. Okay. So now what is charge? The question will come to mind. What is charge? Charge is like it is a mass, but it is like how the masses exist now. It is a mass is like an intrinsic property, that is quantity of matter, right? Like that it is, charge is an intrinsic property of matter. Okay, listen, it is what now? Intrinsic property of charge is what now? This is what we call intrinsic property of matter. Or else I can say it is like a basic property. Okay, now here one more thing I want to observe from this experiment. What I have done here experiment. What I have done this experiment, look at now here. So if I take two protons, they repel. If I take one proton, one electron, they attract. If I take both the electron, they repel. Means there are different nature of charges there. Yes or no? If I take like this, if I take proton is positive charge and this proton is positive charge and same type of charge, and this is positive charge, and electron I'll take what now? Negative charge. And again this electron is negative and electron negative. And who assigned this proton is positive, electron is negative? Who assigned this? That is assigned by a scientist, Benjamin Franklin. He called the charge on a proton is positive and charge on an electron is negative, and we are following the convention even now. Okay, so from this we can get to know second inference. Two kinds of charges which are exist. Two kinds of charges. What are those two kinds of charges now? One is positive charge. And second one is what? Negative charge. Positive charge and negative charge. These are two kinds of charges which are exist. So from this we got to know. But there is a neutron is there. That particle does not have any charge at all. That is a neutral particle we call. So here I want to make you one more thing. That is a new word, what we call polarity. So what is polarity? Polarity nothing but it is a property which differentiate between kinds of charges. Property which differentiate kinds of charges. That is a word what we call polarity. Here afterwards I'll say positive polarity means positive charge. If I say negative polarity means it is negatively charged. Okay, so this slide is clear to all of you. Can we move on to the next slide? This slide is clear. Any doubt regarding this slide, you can ask me now. Okay, I hope that there is no doubt on this slide. Let us move on. There is one more way is there to get positive charge, negative charge, that we look at now. Look at now. The next way is like this is now doing an experiment with some material. Now I'm going to take three materials. One material is what now? Glass rod. I'll take second material is like 3 to 4 material. I'll take now. Second is plastic rod. And I'll take silk. And I'll take cat fur. I'll take these 3, 4 now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take first glass rod. I'm going to rub with silk. Okay. If I take a glass rod like this, I'm going to rub with water silk. What will happen? This glass rod is acquiring one type of charge. We don't know. Let's say some charge is going to acquire. And silk is going to acquire one type of charge for what now? Glass. Glass, rod, and silk. I'll take these two, I'll rub. Next, I'll take a pair of like this now. After rubbing these two, so I'll take a second pair now. Plastic rod and the cat fur. Plastic rod and cat fur. I'll take these two now. So again, I rub each other. I'll rub these two first and I'll rub these two. So now, if I so keep this glass rod and plastic rod near each other, they attract each other. Okay, instead of sir, I take two glass rod, I'll rub with silk and bring those two glass rods near to each other. Then those two glass rods will start repelling each other because they acquire same kind of charge. Okay, here the glass rod is going to acquire a positive charge and silk is going to acquire negative charge. And here plastic rod is there, no? Again here the plastic rod is going to acquire a negative charge and the cat fur is going to acquire positive charge. Now if I, after rubbing this, if I bring a glass rod with near to plastic rod, they attract each other because they're different kind of charge. Like you can do this experiment also to know the different types of charges, means how many types of charge there is, positive or negative. Okay, now here question will come to mind always to the students. What, sir, on what basis you're saying that glass rod is going to acquire positive charge only? Okay, so of course it is losing the electron because the glass rod is going to lose electron and silk cloth is going to gain electron. So electron will move like this towards what now? Silk. So to make you very clear, let us say now like this simple way. If you taken any atom, let us take a basic quantity, basic what do you call first atom on periodic table. What is the first atom? Hydrogen, right? Now hydrogen. Hydrogen containing what and what? It is containing a nucleus. Nucleus containing only one proton, and there is an electron in orbit. That is one electron over there. Now the charge on electron, you know how much? A charge. Okay, we are going to indicate here. Charge we are going to indicate with a symbol either capital Q or small q, depending upon the convention. Okay, and the unit of charge, you know, unit of charge is coulomb. That is on the horn of scientist. We write like this capital C, coulomb. So the charge of an electron is minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, and charge on proton is plus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So these two. Okay. Now here, if I remove this electron from this hydrogen atom, H atom, what will happen? Only one proton is exist, right? Now tell me what type of charge it is now? Positively charged or negatively charged now? Hydrogen atom. It is positively charged. Why? Because initially one proton, one electron is there, then total charge become what? Now zero. It is electrically neutral. Now, as you remove electron, what will happen? It has become what now? It has become positively charged because only positive charge exists, right? So positively charged it is. Okay, means which charge which is dominant, no? Now we take that charge. Not only hydrogen case, any other case. So this electron is going to lose and acquired by some other particle, right? So there, as it acquires, the electrons become excess, so that body is negatively charged. So this is the way we say that particles are positive or negatively charged bodies. Okay, here also the glass rod is going to lose electron. As a glass rod is going to lose electron, what will happen? The positive charge on a glass rod is going to dominate. So we are going to say it is positively charged, and on a silk cloth, the negatively charged particle are going to dominate. So we take that is negatively charged. Okay, this will happen. From this also we can say that the bodies are having a different types of charges. One is positive charge and one more is what is negative charge. Here, one more thing I want to tell you that one is frictional electricity, or we can say static electricity. I'll discuss when we come to the methods of charging. Okay, now we got to know charge and its basic properties. Okay, what is electrostatics? It is a branch of physics which deals with what now? Study of stationary charges, or you can say study of electric field, potential, or force produced by what now? Stationary charges. Now the question will come to mind: how to charge a body? Okay, that we go now. Electrification. Electrification. What is electrification? It is a process of charging a body. It is the process of charging a body. There are how many ways are to charge the body? There are three different ways are there. First is charging by friction. Second one is charging by conduction. And the third method is what now? Charging by induction. These are the three ways or three methods to charge a body: charging by friction, charging by conduction, charging by induction. Okay, now let us see the detailed explanation about what now? These three methods. Okay, what is electrification? It is a process of charging a body. It is a phenomenon in which the body is going to charge. This which method by any of these three methods is what we call charging, means electrification. Now look at one by one. First is by friction. So what we do in a friction, we take two bodies, we rub each other. Example, what I've taken previously, that is, let us take glass rod and silk cloth. So now as you're about will happen, there's a transfer of electrons. Let us say now this is like a body A and this is like what now body B. And I'm going to rub these to each other and electrons are going to transfer from here to here. So this is become finally what now? Positively charged because it's going to lose electron. And this is become what? Negatively charged because it is going to gain electrons. Okay. Now here there is a transfer of electron, definitely because of what now? Because of what? Rubbing process. And these transfer of electron will happen now. Where they stay? They stay on the surface of the conductor. Not conductor. Actually, these are friction will happen in the case of insulators. And this is stay where now? On the surface. They cannot move. This electric current due to this stationary charge, what we call frictional electricity. Frictional electricity. Okay, this is what we call now frictional electricity. The electricity developed on an object when we rub each other. Okay, here what will happen? Look at now. After rubbing, whatever transfer of electron will take place, one is become positively charged, one is become negatively charged. So they attract each other right after. Attraction will happen. Attract each other after that time. This will happen, right? They attract each other. So what is the friction if I want to say now? It is the process of charging a body by rubbing each other, right? That I can say simple, right? The process of charging a body by rubbing each other. Yes. Okay, the process of charging a body by rubbing each other. Now I'll take second one. By what now? By conduction process. By conduction process. Here you need to remember one more thing here also. In friction, since the electrons are going to transfer, the mass is also going to transfer, right? So if one electron going to transfer, each mass is how much now? It is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kg. That much mass is going to transfer. If it is 10 electrons, means 10 into this much value. If it is 25 electrons, that much value. Means so one body which is positive, that much mass loses, and the body B which is gaining, which gain that much mass. Okay, that is in the case of friction. And they finally what now? Attract each other because of different polarity. Now in the case of conduction, this will happen in the case of what now? Conductors usually. So what will happen here? We take two bodies, body A and body B. We just join them with a conducting wire. Okay, this is a wire. What I do, I'll just join them. If I join them, what will happen? There is a sharing of electrons. Will transfer of electron because the wire is there. This wire is a very good conductor, and the electron will start transferring. Example, initially it was like charge of plus 10e. Okay, plus 10e means what now? It is positively charged. What will happen? This initially B was electrically neutral. Since I connect a wire, what will happen? The electrons in B will start moving towards A. Till what time? Till what time? Both will achieve same nature of charge. Means 5 electron will get transferred. As 5 are transferred, what will happen here? Initially the plus 10e and now minus 5e. It will become what now? Plus 5. Now final charge is how much now? Plus 5e, and B is going to lose 5 electrons, right? So it will become also 5e plus 5e. So now here, this is by what now? Conduction. It is just by keeping the materials in contact, we can charge. That is by keeping just in contact. By keeping bodies in contact. Here, one more thing you want to see that AC initially body A was neutral. Okay, body A was positively charged, B was neutral. Now it is both become what type of charge? Positive polarity. Both are positive polarity. So what will happen? They repel each other. Repulsion will take place, right? They repel each other. This is what now? By conduction. There is a one more method is there. Third method is what now? By induction process. By induction process. In this induction process, what will happen? Let us see now. There are two ways are there. That I'll take first way now here. That what I do, I'll take a material that is conductor, which is electrical and neutral. The meaning of electrical and neutral is does not mean that there is no charge at all. There is a charge, but the thing is positive charge and negative charge are an equal number. So now I'm going to hold this one with an insulated stand. This is what now? Insulated stand. Why I'm using insulated stand? Because since it is a conductor, so if I connect a connector also, it may lose its charge to the ground. That's the reason. That is insulated conductor I'm going to keep. Now I'll bring what now? A positively charged rod. What I do now? I'll bring positively charged rod. As you bring near to this one conductor, what will happen? It is electrical neutral means what now? It is containing equal positive and negative. All negative will attract towards the positive charge, and all positive just repel and form on the other side. Now after doing this, what I'm going to do? I'm going to connect it to ground now. I'm going to connect this body to where now? To the ground I'm going to connect. This is a one way of writing grounding. There is another way of writing grounding like this. Both are. As you connect to grounding, what will happen? Electron will start flowing from the earth to the conductor. Here one electron will occur, here one, here one, here one, and this become what now? Neutralized now. Sir, what about these negative charge? No, they cannot do anything because they are already busy with this positive charge. They are attracted and they are busy, so that nothing will happen to them. Now what I do? Now after that, first I will do remove ground connection. I'll cut ground connection. After cutting the ground connection, I'll remove this charge, and then what will happen? This only negative charge exists, right? That negative charge will start redistribution, and they finally form like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is an insulated charge. Okay, insulated stand. Okay, now body is what type of charge now? Negatively charged. This is the one way of charging this one by induction method. This is a one method by doing a ground connection. There is another way is there like this. We take two bodies which are in contact now here. Okay, this is our first one stand, and here also there is a one more stand. Now what we do? We bring a positively charged rod here. Positively charged rod we bring. As you bring, what will happen? Since there is connection here, what will happen? All negative charge will come this side, and all positive charge will move toward this side. Now what I do? First, I'll remove this connection. I'll separate these two, sphere A and sphere B, and then I'll remove this rod, electrical rod. So now this will become what now? So one is completely become positively charged, that is A. And this B completely become what type of charge? Negatively charged. Sir, what if first I remove this conductor and then I separate these two? What will happen? You know, as you remove this, what will happen? These become free. These negative charge become free, and they start freely moving. They start redistributing and again become completely electrically neutral. Okay, this is by what method? By induction method. In this induction method, look at here now, bodies will have what type of nature now? Attraction will happen. Attraction will happen here in the case of what now? In the case of induction. And there is no loss of electrons here in the process of induction, loss of charges. So this is how we are going to charge a body. Okay, this is about this slide. So if you have any doubt regarding this slide, you can ask me now. If not, I'll move on to the next slide. Can we move on to the next slide now? Yes. Now, how we got to know the body is charged or not? Let's see now. These are the three methods of charging we got to know now. Now, how we get to know whether the body is charged or not? That we are going to do with a small experiment. That is what we call using an instrument, what we call gold leaf electroscope. Gold leaf electroscope. So this is a device. The device we are going to use to understand whether the body is charged or not. So what is actually it contains, sir? Very simple explanation we can take like this. We take a hollow box now. We take hollow box like little bit bigger. I'll take now. There's a box, there's a hollow box inside, and we're going to make a hole here. We're going to make a hole. Okay, and I'm going to insert a conducting wire to this. And I'm going to make a hook here. Something like hook I'm going to make now. And I'm going to keep here a metallic knob. What I'm going to do, I'm going to keep a metallic knob, and this is again a conductor. It is. This is a what now? Conductor. So now on this hook is there, no? There I'm going to hang a gold leaf. What I'm going to hang now? Gold leaf I'm going to hang. Like, let me color take with this color. This is a gold leaf, and this is an angle between them. Let's say theta. I think theta is so small. Let's say theta. Like if I write this inside part a little bit bigger, this is like a hook is like this. Okay, this is inside part. What I'm zooming now. So this is like this now. Okay, this is the angle between them. Let's say angle theta. Okay, there is the inside part now. What I'm zoomed here. Now what I do, I'll just take a balloon. I'll rub with my shirt. Okay, after rubbing some time, I'm going to keep with this contact with this metal knob here. As you keep in contact, what will happen? That electricity, since it is a conductor, that charge will start flowing through this. What will happen? The charge will start flowing through this. As it flow, what will happen? So these both the sheet means both the leaf are going to acquire same type of charge. As they acquire same type of charge, they repel each other. This angle theta become more. As theta become more, we get to know that given this balloon is what we're taking the balloon here. This balloon is charged. That we kept in contact with this non-metallic knob. Okay, if you rub more and more, and if you keep, what will happen? This theta will increase further. Means this spread even further, indicating that that is a more and more amount of charge. So this is the main purpose. We're going to use gold leaf electroscope. The thing is to know whether the body is charged or not. Okay, now I do one experiment. I'll first take a glass rod. Okay, I'll rub, and this, I know glass rod is going to acquire what type of charge? Positive charge. And I'm going to keep in contact with this one glass rod. What will happen? They repel. Now I'll bring what now? Plastic rod. Plastic rod, and I'll keep in contact with this knob. So what will happen? As soon as you keep a plastic rod in contact, what will happen? This degree of divergence decreases. From this, we can get to know that glass rod is the other charge and plastic rod is different charge. So since glass rod we know positive and plastic rod is negative charge. Means from this we can get to know, from this experimentation also, these two bodies are acquiring a different kinds of charges. Okay, because as we keep negative plastic rod, since it is negatively charged, and this degree of divergence become less as compared to previous case, because the positive charge are going to nullify. As positive are going to nullify, what will happen? Force of repulsion become less. So the degree of divergence become less. So this is about what now? A gold leaf electroscope. So these are the three methods are gold leaf electroscope. So students, in the next class, we go with what now? We go with the basic properties of charges. Okay.